favorite human beings on planet Earth, Deion Sanders. Six-time All-Pro quarterback who racked up 53 career interceptions, won 2 Super Bowls. He's one of the prototypical, or if not the only, as he would point out, 5 down players, 3 on defense, 1 on special teams, and the next on offense. He is primetime. Hello, Deion.
I'm excited, man. I mean, to walk out there and look right there is unbelievable. I'm really humbled right now.
I'm seeing you right here, and it kind of is hitting you in a way that I haven't seen you
because
before.
You're here, man. I mean, I just left my hometown, Fort Myers, Florida. And you think about, man, I just left 2 days ago where it all started. I just took my kids to the little apartment in the projects where I grew up. The people that know this game, that established this game, said that you are that guy. And that's very humbling, man.
Got to be here. Yeah, he's got to be on that board. He's got to be scared to death to throw at him. Never did. That was rule number 1 against Deion. Throw to somebody else. Don't let him touch the ball, and don't kick it to him. Get beat by somebody else. Don't get beat by Deion Sanders.
It was amazing that teams had to calculate the odds. If I throw a pass to that side, what are the odds that I'm going to score a touchdown that way, or he's going to score a touchdown that way? Because you had a little bit of a way of making people think they were open, making quarterbacks believe that wide receiver was open just to set the trap so that you could have the moment.
He is not open. That's an optical illusion. Because he will close that gap and be there when the ball's there.
You were one of the greatest students studying your opponents. I think it's time for you to walk some people through what you would do night before a game, week before a game.
Man, I studied so darn much, Coach. It's an iconic picture online that you can find. You can see my uniform laid out, and I'm sitting back, and I had on these $sign underwear, which I thought were my good luck draws. You know, I couldn't play with that $sign draws before the game, and you would think that I'm just chilling. But if you zoom in, it's a little video recording in my lap, and I'm watching film right up until kickoff. I knew everything about my opponent, his likes, his dislikes. I studied coordinators, not just players.
Yeah.
Coordinators stay.
Yeah.
Players change, and coordinators just use the guys like checkers. So I studied those guys. Now you couple that with talent and a work ethic, and you're here.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'll ask it anyway. That your toughest opponent, you lined
Jerry
up.
Rice, man. God.
Oh, please tell me when you lined up and stuck your hand out there and he sort of glared at you, and what was the raw emotion inside you?
I wanted to go at him. Contrary to what people believe, Coach, I never said a word on the field. I never talked junk to my opponent. Never, ever. Because we had respectful battles. So it was like, okay, let's shake hands. It's sort of like boxers tapping gloves. That's what I want to do. Let's shake hands now. Let's get it on, because this is what they came to see.
No question.
Me and you get down, and it wasn't no hell. Like, it's going to be me and you. That's what they want to see. Let's do this.
What's up, everybody? I'm starting out this round table we're doing tonight. I don't even know why we're doing one, but I guess it's never a dull moment with the Dallas Cowboys. I was watching Deion's. I missed it. It was yesterday, Friday, 8 o'clock. I missed it. Defensive backs all time, and I knew Deion was going to be in. There wasn't a question, but I wanted to know who else was going in there. But I gotta catch it. I know they're going to do a replay, but I was just kind of watching Deion's little segment, and my goodness. When you grow up watching players like that were impactful players, the Walter Paytons, the Bo Jacksons, the Earl Campbells, the Deion Sanders, Michael Irvins, the Emmets, the Joe Montanas, the Jerry Rices, the Rod Woodsons, the Ray Lewises. Ray Lewis was a little on down the line, but y'all get the gist of what I'm talking about. When you grow up watching players like that, idolizing players like that, and you look at the NFL the way it is now, it's almost an insult to me. It's almost an insult to the cornerback position. Is an insult the way it's being taught now. It just is. The players have no clue where the ball is to locate the ball. I grew up, when I first, back in when they signed Deion, I couldn't stand when he's at Florida State. He was just a gnat. You just couldn't get rid of. I couldn't stand Deion. I love Jerry Rice and Michael Irvin. I wanted to be the next Jerry Rice or the next Michael Irvin, or the next Sterling Sharp. That's who I kind of, grew up watching. And I had great hands, growing up, playing outside, little league, whatever. And there's Deion, was always in the way. He always had a knack to be in the way. Like, man, move. He just couldn't get. And as I was steady watching him, I started noticing his ability, his athleticism, and I learned he was a two-sport athlete and the fastest man in the NFL. And his ability to shut down one side of the field. And I was like, that's something. I would love to do that. I would love for defenses to watch my film, do a scouting report, and literally not throw the ball my way because they were scared. I would love to do that. So I started watching Deion. Rod Woodson, Aeneas Williams, guys like that, Darryl Green, and but really Deion, his approach towards the position, his technique, and his ability to allow players to get open. Think of that now. Cheeto, who we got? Cheeto and Byron Jones. Really? Deion would allow you to get open. Literally allow you to get open. He would give you yardage. And Deion had the match speed. Whatever you ran in the 40, that's what he was gonna match. He'll tell you, I got match speed. What else he used to say? A cheetah don't stretch before he catches prey. Deion used to say that. Deion, he ran down Bo Jackson, ran down Don BB, ran down Rocket Ismail. He ran down the fastest guy, Joey Galloway, ran him down. He would allow guys to get open just so he could see action, because they wouldn't even imagine a quarterback. A quarterback come out of the damn height and he look both ways, see who's open. Dak looking around. Imagine that quarterback just open up, just doing this, just looking that way. He ain't even looking over there. Because Deion's over there. Could you imagine having something like that now? Could you imagine the Dallas Cowboys having a guy like that to shut down one side of the field? They don't have to worry about it. Deion didn't even have to go to the huddle. He would stand out and wait. Could you imagine that? Don't exist now, because the players aren't students of the game. They don't know the game. They don't have a rhythm and a feel for the game. They're just out there. They're just like high school kids. They're just out there. Okay, coach, what I do next? What do you mean what you do next? You should already know. You should already be able to read defenses and know what's going to happen, know what's coming. I mean, Deion didn't even have to go to the huddle. And it was only two guys, him and Lawrence Taylor. They used to stand outside and wait on defense and like, oh, okay, cool. I got it. I got this side. Y'all handle all the middle and the other side. I got seam the flats. This is my side. I cover water covers 2/3 of the earth. I cover the rest, basically. Watching football now, if you love the sport, if you're a student of the game, if you played the game in your day, and you were taught program, just like your parents taught you how to walk, or matter of fact, you learned how to drive when you was 15, 16 years old, and you've been driving the same way defensively all your life. And then they start changing some rules, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't, instead of go on green, you go on red now. And you'd be like, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't learn that. No, when the light's red, we stop. That's just the way it is now. It's just like, what the hell? And they were talking about Chris Richard, head coach. Man, please. Like I said it before. Watching Deion right just now and how he studied the game, he studied players, he studied defensive coordinators. What player does that now? Nobody, because they don't give a damn. All they care about is this. Oh, mama, I get to buy you a house and get to buy my brother a car and all that stuff. They don't care about winning. Money, that'll come. If you ball, you're going to get the call, like Deion say. All that'll come. But these guys studied the game, and they were all about winning. It's like a crime now. It's like, oh, don't win too much because, we got to, whoa, relax, And, I made a video this morning. I was coming back home from the store. And, I touched on Jerry Jones's interview with 105.3 The Fan. And he got upset because old boy asked him, well, the fan base is pretty frustrated. Everybody, are you frustrated? Are you embarrassed? And he gonna cut him off. Whoa. You simmer down there. How you gonna get mad at a fan? Somebody that supports your team. How you gonna get mad because I'm mad? Does that make sense? How you gonna get mad because I'm pissed off because you're not doing your job? Really? Man, get out of here with that shit, man. Y'all fucking losers, man. But guys, I'm just watching this, man, really open my eyes. My eyes have been open all the time. But really watching this, it's just like it took me back to, how innocent life used to be in the 80s, early 90s. It was innocent, bad things were going back then too, but it was a lot more innocent. You could let your kids play outside. We used to be outside from sun up to sundown. Only time we came in was for water break, maybe get something to eat. And we right back outside, riding our bikes, playing hide and go seek, playing football, basketball, whatever, And our parents say, hey, here's your key. If y'all go out far and if we gone, make sure y'all lock the door, yada, yada, yada. Don't lose your key, old school. You can't do that now. Like I can't let my kids go too far. I let them play in the backyard and I can see them back there, or, I let them ride their bikes, but I'm out there too. Back in the day, we ride our bikes everywhere. Parents in the house chilling, parents go to the store, whatever. It was just different times back then. People too crazy now. They too ignorant, So you never know what you're gonna get. But I'm gonna start this round table, get the other guys in here in a minute. But I just thought I'd share that. I wanted to play another video real quick. I wanted to play this other video. I'm not gonna show you the video, but Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, I wanted to play this. I gotta let y'all listen to this because this don't exist no more. This is a crime too in the NFL. You can't do this. It's not allowed. Well, with Dallas, it's not allowed. This type of coaching, this type of speech, leadership, it's not allowed in Dallas. So let me let y'all listen to this before I bring the other guys on real quick. And
it is ordered, adjudged, and decreed that Walter McMillan is to face death by
real quick. Here we go.
I remember the reaction at the time. What's wrong with this college coach, crazy person?
Herschel could be on his way to the Super Bowl, while the Cowboys could be on their way to the toilet bowl.
But he was the visionary who saw very clearly the draft picks are where I'll find value. And people say, well, that was a jump start. But back then, the Los Angeles Rams, they had a similar type deal with Eric Dickerson when they traded him. The key is not getting the picks. The key is picking good players with the picks.
Let me fast forward a little bit.
There's a misconception about football. People think that football is for tough guys. Tough guys. Bull. Football rewards the guys that are in great condition. That's when you have fun. When you're kicking somebody's ass and they're sucking for win. There was a great coach one time says, fatigue makes cowards of us all. What if I walked up to you and said, you're a coward? You're a coward. You wouldn't like it, would you? But that's the reality of it. When you're tired, you make mistakes, you don't do what's right, and your will to win all of a sudden starts to waver just a little bit. You get tired, and all of a sudden you don't have that same fight. Fatigue makes cowards of us all of us, me included. I guarantee you, when I was on that damn TV show and I hadn't had any sleep and I hadn't had any food and bugs are biting on my ass, I wasn't a big tough guy. I'm saying, what the hell am I doing here? Fatigue makes cowards of us all. If you're in great shape, if you can run like a deer, at the end of the ball game, you're going to be smiling and having fun. And let me tell you something, guys. This is going to be the greatest time in your life. I used to sit in this same ass room. I'd look at the schedule. And I said, God, I can't wait till Oklahoma comes in here. I can't wait till Florida comes in here. I want to kick their ass. And that's what you should feel. This is why you came to Miami. That's why you wanted to be a Hurricane. But you can only do it if you're in great shape. And if you're not sucking for win at the end of the game. And when you look across the way and that guy is hanging down, he is a coward. He's a coward because he's tired. Don't be tired.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Super Bowl 27.
Yeah, I wanted y'all to hear that because after all these years, Jimmy Johnson's name is it still floats around because he was like a father figure. He's like a father figure coach should be. He's one of those guys, as like Ken Norton say, I love you. I love you to death. As long as you're winning and making tackles, I love you. But if we're not winning, I don't love you anymore. It's just simple as that. It's crazy how Jerry Jones let this team just get away because of ignorance. I'm going to say ignorance. It is. Just ignorant. Worried about the wrong thing. Focused on the wrong thing. Like I said this morning, I get brand. I get being the best brand and being the richest team and number one topic on the shows and NFL needing the Dallas Cowboys to survive and all that's true. I get all that. I get it. Trust me. But the site is off of winning, knowing how to win, bring in the right personnel to win with the guys that you have. Being able to do that, it's gone. It's been neglected for years. It's been neglected. If you don't raise your kids right, it's neglect, because they're going to get out in the world. They're going to mess up. They're not going to do, no matter how much potential they got to have a solid foundation to come from. Everybody here in this comment section has been raised and taught, differently, but taught some kind of way, some kind of positive way. Come from a solid foundation. And you have to use that analogy into sports, because it's the same thing. You're being taught something by a positive influence in your life, which is your parents. They teach you, they show you, they demonstrate. Example, don't do this, don't do that. I would do this if I were you. Trust me, believe me. Go clean your room, go wash the dishes, go cut the yard, whatever. On the football field, do this, do that, run this play, run that play. If you don't run, you'll run. If you don't do this play right, you'll run till I get tired. Oh, if you drop another football, I'm gonna cut you. You're off. You're done. It's the same thing. Guys mess up. Your parents don't. You bring a bad report card home. Your parents don't be like, "Oh, good job, great, I love it, good job." They don't do that. You get your ass whooped. You get your ass handed to you. It's bottom line. At least that's the way it was when I was coming up. You bring a bad grade home, you act up in class, it's hammer time when you get to the house. You get your ass whooped, and you get your video games and stuff taken away from you. And plus you can't go outside. And back then, as a kid, saying I can't go outside is, whoa, that's like, man, that's big, But action reflect leadership, and that's what's been missing. It's what's been missing for years, and that's why we have been struggling for so long, because Jerry has neglected to admit. Just go ahead and admit it, man. You got your billions, you got your yacht, you got your $1 million, probably $1 billion stadium. You got the best stadium in football. You got the best brand in football. The richest team in football. You got 5 Super Bowl rings. Just go ahead and admit it. It's like, hey, man, y'all know what, guys? Let me say this to all the fans out there that support me. I fucked up. I did. I messed up. I've been messing up for years. My ego got to me. Just go ahead. If you just do that, everything, we'll be like, okay, cool. At least the motherfucker admit to it. But if you keep playing stupid and telling people to be quiet and all this shit and shut up and, you can't get mad, that don't make sense, man. You can't do that. But I got one more thing before I bring the other guys in. Here we go.
Know this. I know the players can't stand me. Playoffs. And you're right. After a period of time, I think the message does get old to the players. And I think the head coach has to change some things. But a lot of that goes on to the assistants as well. I know with me, I was always demanding, hardcore, wouldn't give an inch to the players. But I had some assistants that would counsel them. I remember one time we played the Redskins. We'd already locked up the playoffs. And, we played, we were horrible and lost the game because the players just, they weren't really into it. And so we got on the plane and, the gal on the plane started to serve the meal. I said, no, they're not eating. They don't deserve to eat. I said, everybody sit down.
Nutritious for champions.
I said, they don't deserve a meal. And so the next day, Dave Wanstead came in and said, Coach, you were a little bit hard on them. You really didn't even serve them a meal. I said, Dave, when we lose, I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I want them to hurt. I want them to hurt. I don't care if they scream at me, they cuss me, they can't stand me. Right. I want to make a point to them that we will not accept losing. And so sometimes the assistants, they've got to take that role to change the message.
But when you were the head coach, while assistants could come to you and talk to you, the first, middle, and last word related to the Dallas Cowboys as far as the actual football team was whose? It was yours, correct?
Well, see, you got to understand, it's a different world today. When we first went to the Cowboys, Jerry borrowed $140 million. So he spent night and day trying to pay off that loan. So that was his focus, trying to pay off the loan. Now, he actually came in my office after the first Super Bowl and said, "Hey, I'm free and clear. I paid it off."
But the reason I ask is I just wonder how difficult a position, whether it's Jason Garrett the rest of this year, whether he keeps the job or not, when the Cowboys, the head coach of the Cowboys, is in a very unique position where he's not the biggest voice on the team.
Right.
And for certain players, particularly star players, you do wonder if they have a backdoor to the owner's office and if that undercuts the message of whomever the coach is.
I can't say because I'm not there. I know this. I know the players have to respect you. They have to, look at you with credibility. And if they do that, they're going to respond. And I don't know that there's a back door, to Jerry. And again, I'm not there, so I can't really say.
Let me ask you one more question about this year's team, because I don't think anyone denies the talent on it. And you watch them every week like we do. When you're watching them, what is the biggest reason that you think they have failed to have any success against the best of competition?
I was talking to Troy Aikman just a couple of days ago. I don't know that this team is mentally disciplined, tough, demanding. It's almost like, there's so much thrown to the Cowboys that, the fans adore them. They love them. It's almost an infection that they get the feeling that they're pretty good without accomplishing anything. And so when you have that type of feeling, I don't know that you just grinding it out. Hey, we got to win this thing somehow, some way. We got to win it. It's almost like they've already won, but they haven't won. But you're right. This probably is the most talented Dallas team that I've seen in a long time.
Which is why a lot of people say they're underachieving. The record they have now, but with their talent or all the skill positions, their talent on their offensive line, the defense that they have coming into every game, and they're just fighting. Nick calls it a pillow fight in the NFC East with the Eagles to try to come out of that division. Do you think Jason Garrett should be fired?
Well, again, I think the jury's still out because they should win against Buffalo today.
Didn't win that game.
I think it's going to come down to December the 16th when they play Philadelphia. Right. If they can win the division, which if they beat Philadelphia, they should.
Yeah.
Then as talented as this team is in the playoffs, anything can happen.
And they'd be guaranteed a home playoff game.
Right.
Football news. I'm sorry about that, man. What's going on, brother?
Oh, don't apologize. I was listening and enjoying a legend, Jimmy Johnson, one of the best coaches. Him and Tom Landry go down as probably one of the best coaches in Dallas Cowboy history. How's your weekend been, man?
It was pretty good, man. Just got through putting up the Christmas tree not too long ago with the kids and, getting that ball rolling and I'm glad we got our game out of the way so I get to enjoy my whole weekend. I don't have to be pissed off Sunday night, so shoot, man, it's all good. What about you, man? You doing good?
Yeah, doing good. We took a drive around the town looking at people's Christmas lights and, ate some good food. And we thought about going to the movies, but we already seen almost everything there. So we were like, nah, there ain't nothing to go watch the movies for. But other than that, I just whooped DJ's butt in Madden and stuff like that. You know how I do it in these streets. I'm ruthless.
In these streets.
In these streets. I'm ruthless in these streets.
Yeah, man. Just feel free to vent. This is pretty much a vent roundtable because we pretty much, you can tell it better than anybody else. We're pretty much, I don't know if we're going anywhere this season. It's probably in the books. Who knows? We still got 3 games left to play. Anything could happen, but feel free to vent, man, and get it out and how you feel and negatives and the positives or whatever. Go ahead, big dog.
Well, the last time these guys see me on video, I had a bag over my head. That should tell you how I feel right there. And if you haven't watched the video, go give it a shot. Go give it a listen. And, I had the bag over the head, the bag of shame. I had my jersey inside out, you know, and I was trying to rally the guys in my second to last video, you know, pump up the fans, pump them up real nice. And, you know, it was one of those things where it didn't happen. It was the same issue, the same mistake. You know, these guys, these football players, and I put in quotations, football players, we're talking about practice was chippy. Everyone was pushing each other around.
Wow.
And then they come out and did the same thing the Cowboys, the 6-7 Cowboys, been doing all year. Mitchell Trubisky looked like Tom Brady out there with a little mix of Colin Kaepernick. I mean, just running all over on us, and we had no answers. We had a 17-play drive, 9 minutes, and we scored. And then after that, it was silence. And Dak Prescott, I'm gonna say this, and I'm tired of bashing the coaches, because if you look at the players, a lot of this has to do with the players also. Firing Garrett isn't going to make this team a Super Bowl team tomorrow, because coaching, when I was playing ball, when you were playing ball, when fifth quarter was playing ball, we learned how to tackle. We learned how to catch balls. We learned how to wrap up. And coaching, some of it's coaching. A lot of it is player execution.
Exactly.
Zeke out there and Cabo the whole offseason looking for $90 million. And then he gets it, and then this is what he turns into. I'm in the best shape of my life. He just had his longest run of the year. 31 yards against the Chicago Bears. 31! What week is this? Week 15 now?
Yep.
And he just had his longest run of the year? No, sir. That's not excusable. Dak Prescott, you've been throwing to these guys for 2 years, and now it's a chemistry issue? That's what Dak Prescott just said. It's a chemistry issue. How in the world is this a chemistry issue? Because we were lighting it up last year. You know, the offensive line, holding, tripping, whatever the case might be. Oh, DCFN, it wasn't tripping. Whatever. It still was called. It still hurt us when it mattered. You know, Michael Gallup is inconsistent. Amari Cooper will run his poor little heart out. Dak won't even look his way, and then he'll come up limping and just go to the sideline. What the hell am I going to run for if I ain't going to get the ball thrown to me?
Yeah.
You know? And then the defensive line. You know, poor Michael Bennett. I swear to God, I thought he was going to retire after that Thursday night game. Just to look at his eye, I was like, this man's going to hang up his cleats after this ball game. You know, and fifth quarter now we're talking about Tank Lawrence, and you know, he was like, his production ain't matching his pay. I said, well, if you look at his tackles, you know, I mean, Khalil Mack, who balled against us with the Chicago Bears, him and Tank Lawrence have identical stats, and he just got paid. You know, so sometimes it happens. But if you got the best, here's another quotation for you, offensive line in football. Your $90 million running back should be doing better than 31 yards for the longest run of the year. But Tank, I'm going to let Tank pass, because if you look, his corners suck. So if you look on the left side, Quinn's too inconsistent. We don't have a 3 technique. Covington looks lost. Woods is a drug dealer. Yeah, our linebackers, you know, haven't been playing up to par. Leighton Vander Esch might not even be playing for the rest of his career with his neck injury. Xavier Woods, you know, that's my guy right there. Louisiana Tech, that is my guy. But he looks like J.J. Wilcox out there sometimes. And then you got Chris Thompson, who I think is the better tackler on this football team, and he's a backup to Jeff Heath.
Yeah.
Then I can talk about special teams. We already know about special teams. There's more issues on this football team than Jason Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
Way more. And I do a podcast with Cowboys blog. It's called The Frisco Report. And I was asking him, and maybe I'll ask you too, 1980. You guys been in the game a long time. I respect the hell out of you guys. if we get a new coach in here, Dallas Cowboys have 22 free agents. That's including Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott. That's almost half your 53-man roster.
Yeah,
Cowboys only have 7 draft picks. They don't go big in free agency. How in the world would you go about this? Getting the head coach to come in here, have all these free agency priorities, fill in all these holes, sign Dak, sign Amari Cooper, and build a upbeat football team for the year 2020. How would you go about it if you were a football coach?
Well, first of all, I look at my personnel and see what we got going. This is one of those things where it just depends. It depends on that coach, what type of coach he is, if he's willing to let some guys go. You know what? As a Dallas Cowboy fan, I've been almost 40 years. We've all seen talent come and go. I've seen the best play. I don't think it'll ever get any better, than the 90s. I'm not just talking about the Cowboys. I'm just talking about players in the NFL, period. The 90s were the last batch of amazing talent, trendsetting talent. It's up to that coach and his scheme and the way he does things. I wouldn't be upset if he came in and cleaned house. If he's allowed to do that. See, there's another thing. There's another wrench in the game right there. Jerry, how is he going to, if and when, I'm going to say when first, and then if. When and if he fires Jason Garrett, when and if, is he going to allow? And you can put anything behind allow that you can think of, that your brain can think of. Is he going to allow? You get what I'm saying? And that's the number one question right there. Is he going to allow that coach to come in and put anything behind it that you would like? But if that coach came and said, hey, man, we need to draft a new quarterback, I wouldn't be upset. Yeah, as much as I supported Dak and I had his back, and these last 3 games, Dak, I admit, just as well as anybody else, he hasn't been himself. Hell, nobody has been themselves, really. So it's just a domino effect. But I wouldn't be upset. I really wouldn't be upset. Maybe that's what this team needs, is to start from scratch. 22 players, that's a lot of players. It is. We all know Zeke's not going anywhere. So, and Zeke showed some spurts. You brought up the stat about him finally having 30. He hit 20 yards last week against, Thanksgiving against the Bills. So he finally hit 20 yards, and he finally hit 30 yards at the end of the season. But Zeke has shown spurts of life. I still think Zeke can, with the right healthy line. I honestly think there's a lot of important pieces to this football team that aren't 100%, and they're never going to be 100% again. And that's right there. You brought up the players. I'm glad you did that because, the coaches get the blame, but the players, they got to execute too. So, but if they're not being shown or taught right or disciplined right, they're never going to get over that hump. They're never going to get on that hump. They're just now, football news, they're just now, and I'm going to let fifth quarter Cowboys vent. I'm going to say this one quick thing. They're just now practicing outside again. I mean, it took losing to New England when we got our asses. Well, that wasn't really an ass whooping, but that we could have won that game. But there was another stupid loss. But it took us, have not been able to adjust to the weather. We had 3 opponents in New England, the weather, and the refs. So us not being able to adjust to that weather, it took that to finally them starting to get outside. Man, it's the end of the season. Now it's too late. Your body ain't just like a car, man. You can't buy a brand new car and let it sit in the garage for 2 years. Because shit, you start it up, it might not start, You got to go out there and start it up and drive it around a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's just get those pistons and joints and shit going. But
they don't want to get them chains dirty. That's why they want to go outside.
So it's up. That's a very good question. And I don't know if I answered it. I probably didn't. I probably went around it. You know me, shit. But that was a very, very intelligent question. Because I don't even know this team anymore. And that's what I talked about this morning on my video. And that's what I talked about after that game. I thought coming into Chicago, this was honestly, guys, we all thought, oh, we'll beat them, especially that first drive. We were like, oh, hell yeah. Here we go. We got Zeke back. They're running the ball down the throats. We're doing what the Dallas Cowboys do, run the ball, boom, 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 boom. But guess what Chicago went and did? They adjusted. See, we don't know the meaning of that word. If you look, if adjusting is like kryptonite in Frisco, Dallas, or Arlington, it's kryptonite. We go away from that shit. Like adjusting, oh hell no, we don't do that here. We don't adjust. But Chicago adjusted and say they went on that sideline, and that defensive coordinator was like, "Don't you let them son of a gun. Don't let Zeke run again. Don't let Dak." And they did it, and we didn't know how to adjust to their adjustments. So that's where a lot of coaching comes in at, being able to outsmart and adjusting, whatever. But that's all I got, really. I mean, for now. But that's fifth quarter right there. My Cowboys family's in the house. Football news is in the house. Fifth quarter Cowboys in the house. Fifth quarter Cowboys have been waiting a long time. So let me go ahead and let the big dog, the man with the plan, the man that'll tell you like it is, let me let him vent just a little bit. Fifth quarter Cowboys, what's up, man?
Oh, not much, man. And the days go past, man, and realizing another year of talent being wasted,
Yeah.
At some point it's just become so numb to a dude that it's just terrible, man. Like I'm 32 subscribers away from 1,000. It's 172 people watching. Come on, y'all. I don't need but 32 of y'all. I just need 32 of y'all, man. Offensively, 2 years ago, when I said, let's get rid of Tyron Smith, they blew up on me. Because he get his big giant ass in front of a camera every year in March or April and say the same thing. I'm in the best shape of my career. Before a game even played, Tyron Smith limited. Tyron Smith did not practice. Back, knee. I mean, I say shopping. What's the worst that can happen? It's a bunch of no-name left tackles in the game playing at his level or even better. He's just not what he was. That's first and foremost. I think we've seen the best of Ezekiel Elliott. I think 2016, open-minded moving man. Thank you. I think 2016 and 2017, if he'd had a full season, his stats those 2 years would have been insane.
I'm in denial about Zeke.
I think 2016 and 2017 would have been insane. You've seen the best of Ezekiel Elliott. His style of football, it reminds me of what was that running back that played like that and had a short career? What was his name? Ah, my God.
What team?
What team did he play on?
What team?
Oh my God, what's that running back name? He played just like his career didn't last.
Marion Barber.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Marion Barber. Yeah. Damn, football news good. He caught that quick.
Zeke doesn't have the passion. These guys don't have the passion to win a Super Bowl. They want, righteously so, they play to get their money, and once they get it, I don't know who you said football news. Okay, before I go to defense, let me talk about Prescott.
It's a touchy subject.
Dak Prescott goes as the team goes. If everybody else is on a court, Dak confidence will be better, and that's how it should be. If you ain't got wide receivers that's dropping the ball, if you ain't got tight ends that's dropping the ball, that confidence will be, on another level that he feels you'll be able to catch it. He hesitates when he throws. He tries not to throw it behind you. He tries to put it where it need to be. And, so you can catch it. Dak Prescott confidence is only as high as his wide receivers' confidence and his wide receivers' ability to catch the ball. When Michael Gallup or Amari Cooper is on, Dak Prescott is on. When Michael Gallup or Amari Cooper is dropping balls, Dak is inaccurate because he's worried about putting it in the right spot and whether you're going to drop it or not, regardless of it's his fault or not. If you dropped it a couple of times, he's going to adjust how he's throwing the ball because he's afraid you're going to drop it or it's going to go through your hands and stuff like that. At this point, as of today, that 36 million, according to those last 3 games, I don't know. You just can't go on a spree like that. You can't go on a spree like that with what you're trying to do. I think Amari Cooper is going to be here. He said he want to be here. I can't say for sure, but hey, it is what it is. We got Michael Gallup locked up. Tavon Austin is not going to be on this team next year. Tavon Austin, Randall Cobb, probably not going to be here.
Cobb, no.
Those guys aren't going to be here. You got to get more guys. I don't know. Sergio Wilson, he's staying hurt. I don't know. It's offense, man. First drive. You know what? Kellen Moore's not looking like we thought he was. He becomes very predictable after 1 or 2 touchdowns. Because same thing. 3 weeks in a row, he has tried to run that play with Dak. It's such a dumb ass play. And then when we get desperate, we do. I hate backfield trickery. I hate it so much. I hate it. We do not have the offensive line to do that backfield reverse trickery and throw. We don't have that O line. Randall Cobb can actually pass. He can actually throw the damn ball. He did it a lot in Green Bay with the trickery plays. You know what I'm saying? I think they tried to utilize it a week ago or something like that. But other than that, just to be honest with y'all, man, I think Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore need to go. And there's no slide at Kellen Moore. He might be a good college coach, high school coach, but he don't know what adjustment means. They think we adjust once we start getting to the end of the game and we're scoring. No, the defense let off because they're winning. Like, when you're playing from behind, you're desperate. We are playing from behind every damn game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to point out Dak Prescott and say he's to blame for this. These guys, I've seen Jason Witten slow ass drop first down passes. Randall Cobb has dropped so many. Amari Cooper, I don't know what he's doing now. Michael Gallup held his pass game. The first quarter, I saw he dropped a couple. They can't keep the ball in their hand, even with Dak giving it to him right on the money. When they drop the ball, Dak loses confidence too. He's scared you're not going to catch because he's probably blaming himself for the drop ball. Offensively, that just has to change. You got to shop Tyron Smith to get you something. Because it's just he's injured, man. He's injured. Been that way for a long time. Defensively, football news. Who you said got the same number of sacks as DeMarcus Lawrence? You said Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald?
I didn't say the same sacks. I said they got similar stats. Khalil Mack and DeMarcus Lawrence.
I think you said they had the same amount of sacks.
No, they got the same. They got similar stats. Go back and watch tape.
They don't got similar stats. DeMarcus Lawrence got 5 sacks. Khalil Mack got 7.5. Aaron Donald got 9. They don't have similar stats. And stop comparing other players to our. We're not worried about not worried about what they doing. I don't care what Aaron Donald doing or Khalil Mack doing. We talk about what we got. And here's the thing: if you're gonna criticize somebody, criticize the guys that whined and bitched about their money. Zeke left his state. He left his team hanging through the whole training camp because he wanted to be a bitch. We was in week 7, and Gary Brown said he's still getting in. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm gonna stay calm. Gary Brown in week 6, said Zeke is still working his way back into shape. In week 6, he turned his back on his team and left. You know they was gonna pay you. Why the hell Dallas Cowboys won't pay their 4th overall pick? Like you but you let your age get in your fucking head and you left your team hanging the whole summer. Tank, look what he did. The main 2 sons of bitches, that whining bitch. Look at them. Look at them. No discipline. You say you're gonna get DeMarcus Lawrence you're gonna cut him some slack. What? Are you crazy? I'm not cutting him nothing. That's a standard when you're a high-paid defensive end. There's a standard when you act like you're worth so much. And then after he got paid, I wasn't never gonna hold out. Why would I turn? You're a liar, boy. You're a liar. You was gonna hold out. Sometimes he out there like a chicken with his head cut off. He can't do nothing sometimes. And I'm not giving him a break. I'm not giving none of them a break, especially him. He the main guy that pushed that hot boy shit, and Taco Charlton actually started the shit. I would have trademarked my damn shit. But he got the tank on. He was selling the hot boys hoodies, all this crazy shit. It's just terrible, man. Then you got Malik Collins. He show up every 5 or 6 games to give you 1 sack. Then he go back to his little quiet place. Antoine Woods and Daniel Ross are probably cocaine sellers. I don't know where Randy Gregory at. Tyrone Crawford, state injury. It's time for him to go. He in bars fighting, and everything is just dysfunctional. Sean Lee, you came back, you looked good a couple of games. Go home to your family, man. Go home. Just go home. Van Der Esch, his nagging neck injury from college, came back. He lied. He was lying why he was wearing a neck protector, saying because he liked it. You're a damn lie. That was not why you wearing it. You wore it in college because you had neck issues. Now it's starting to come back. We don't even know how you're gonna be able to play again ever in your life. We don't know that. Byron Jones, don't pay him. Don't pay him. I get so mad. I get so mad when I talk about Byron Jones and people say, "Oh, they don't throw to his side." That's because they don't know he can't catch. They don't throw to his side. He's a shutdown. Yeah. They shut his ass down because you throw it over there. I bet he ain't gonna deflect it. Just because he's keeping up with the guy don't mean he's a shutdown corner. That don't mean a goddamn thing. That don't mean nothing. I can stand beside Floyd Mayweather in a bar, and both of us go talk to the prettiest girl in the room. Who gonna get her? Me and him.
Me.
All right. Just because he's beside the damn receiver doesn't mean he's doing a good damn job. What does that mean? That don't mean nothing. Throw it over there. They're gonna catch it.
That was a good one.
He's not gonna turn his head around. They're gonna catch it. It happened once they found out that Byron Jones is just there for no reason. They're like, "Oh shit, we thought he was about something." And Cheeto, oh my God, I'm not gonna do Cheeto. And football news, your boy X Woods. Every now and then he show up. We need a scrub. We need Jeff Heath. I don't even know. Jeff Heath just he need a job on the sideline. Jeff Heath,
he can hand out water.
Yeah, he is who he is, man. Like this whole team is just like I don't get it, man. Like I said, if you're gonna rag on somebody, you got to rag on the guys that are already paid. Don't rag on Dak. He trying to make his money. He trying to get his money. You talk about the guys that's getting close to $100 million. It's the organization overall, man. They don't instill discipline in these guys, man. There's no accountability in nobody. It's not about doing wrong and going to the sideline and get chewed out, bro. Because these are all grown men. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let you do that to them on camera. It's not about that. It's about holding them accountable behind closed doors, in practice, during film sessions. That's when the accountability clicks in. You know what I'm saying? You're on the sideline, you put a pep them up. Yeah, man, get it back next time. But Gary just goes overboard, man. We lose and we don't convert on 4th down and he's clapping. Now, I will say that's fucking stupid. He's the only coach that it's fucking dumb. Yeah. Like, we're losing and we don't convert and you're clapping? Like, what is that? Accountability comes before the game. Accountability comes after a loss. And it just doesn't happen. They get up there and they preach the same thing every week. We believe in this football team. We're not denying that, man. We're not talking about that. We're talking about repeatedly having the same situation. First drive, going on there scoring. After that, we don't see the end zone to the fourth quarter. What is that? That's what we're talking about. And every goddamn time when we go on a losing streak like this, people that really don't matter get fired. Brett Maher was talked about. They brought in kickers. Why they didn't bring in coaches? And at this point, it's not about bringing in coaches to turn our season around. It's just we don't want to see Garrett no more for the rest of the year. Because it ain't no turning this season around. These players have given up. They're done. They just did to collect their check now. It's like Marshawn Lynch said years ago, I'm just here so I won't get fined. They there because that's their job. They've given up, man. They've given up. And Football News said it a while back, man. Once we have a good season, we get a hard schedule, it will be trash. We went 12-4, we went 4-12 after that. We went 13-3, we went 9-7. We went 10-6 last year. Look at us now. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. Because every time we have a good season, we get a good schedule and we dominate. We dominate. I mean, we have a bad season, we get a good schedule and we dominate. We have a good season, hard teams, don't happen. Don't happen. I mean, it's just time for a change. I mean, players wise, a lot of these guys got to go. A lot of these players got to go, man. A lot of them have to go. But like I said, about Dak, in my opinion, when his receivers aren't on, he ain't on. I think his confidence goes elsewhere because he's worried about them dropping the ball so much. Oh, since I'm speaking to old people, Jason Witten, let me talk to you. Go home, Baldy. Get out of here. Let Blake Jarwin develop. You can't develop in practice. It happens in the game. In practice, your teammates aren't trying to take your head off, so there isn't as much pressure to catch the ball with oncoming traffic. You got to let him develop. Sometimes we see Blake Jarwin looking like he can be something, man. And then we get 82 plywood-ass knees coming back out there, catching the ball and taking 2 steps and going to the ground like his back is hurting. Man, you're a Hall of Famer, man. Probably first ballot, man. Just go home, man. Just go home, man. This team, this buddy system this team has. Oh, and my final topic. I know my Cowboys family ain't going to like this one. Chris Richard. You suck. He's sorry. Sorry. He's sorry. I told y'all, he is the Steve Kerr of the NFL. When Steve Kerr had Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, they couldn't be beat. All those guys gone. Look at their record. They won 2 games.
Good analysis.
When Chris Richard started losing everybody in Seattle, look what happened. They got his ass up out of there. It was the player. You got Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas in the backfield. Game over. Secondary, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright. Game over. What was that big ass 6'3", 6'4" cornerback they had? Brown. Like, come on, man. No, they had a guy. He was a Brown. He was a big cornerback. Then you had Richard Sherman over there. You had Michael Bennett in his prime.
Ooh. Brandon Maxwell.
Ooh. Look at that. Chris Richard just stood there.
Yeah.
It's like Steve Kerr with Golden State when he had Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. It's not fair. He didn't coach. He just told him go play. Chris Richard didn't do shit. He's not an elite defensive coach. I don't care what nobody says. He had some of the best defensive players you will ever see. Ever.
245 people in here. This is why y'all need to subscribe to Fifth Quarter Cowboys right here.
Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas, you want nothing coming over there. If you caught that ball on Cam Chancellor, I bet you dropped it. Earl Thomas, one of the best sideline safeties. Dominate, man. Chris Richard is not it. I don't care, y'all. Oh, that's a marinated play. That's a marinated play. Chris Richard has some say-so. They would not bring him over and just let him stand on the sideline like a baby and not say nothing.
Chris Richard addresses the media every week, not Rod Marinelli. So you have to know what's going on to address media.
Exactly. Chris Richard, y'all talking about y'all want him as head coach. Y'all shit. No, the hell y'all don't. Head coach. He can't even control the damn defense. He can't teach his damn cornerbacks to turn their head around every damn week. Every week. 2 weeks ago, Xavier Wood could have had a interception. clean through his hands. At this point, why don't you just go back to the basics? Go back to the fundamentals, tackling, interception. Put the damn thing out there that shoot the footballs out and let them catch it all day. Get their ass in there on an off day and do it, man. You got to get them uncomfortable, man. And they don't do it as deep. And on defense, they don't do it. So although you might say he don't call the plays, he don't do nothing else neither. He don't, his job, whatever his job is, besides addressing the media, he don't do it. So Christian Sharp, he can kiss my ass too and get off this damn team.
Can I add something to that real quick? I was watching LSU and Georgia play today, and Georgia lost, but the Georgia coach yesterday at the hotel were playing bump and run with his cornerbacks because he knew what the LSU wide receivers can do.
It makes no sense. So whatever Christian Shaw's job is, if it ain't calling all the plays, he still ain't doing that. He still ain't doing that. Cheeto is hot garbage. I'm gonna let them talk. I'm done. Hey y'all,
I love this. I don't even have to do anything. I just let the best do work. And see, the bad thing about it, guys, my Cowboys family, they haven't even went yet. This is how good this show. I just had football news, fifth quarter Cowboys, running this whole show. I don't even do nothing. Y'all see me, I'm in the back throwing my son's soccer ball around. Now my Cowboys family is about to go. The best with the live stream every night. Please let them vent. Let's go. My Cowboys football. I mean, I can't even talk. My Cowboys family running show.
What's up? How you doing?
Yes. First of all, shout out to U1980. Shout out to Dallas Cowboys Football News.
Everyone.
Shout out to honestly, I think that there was one moment in Thursday's game that I think kind of highlights all the problems that we're having right now. I want to know if you guys agree. So Jalen Smith, he thinks it's a good time to celebrate when he makes a big play, when our team is down.
Right.
And he can lie all he wants, but he looked at the guy hurt on the ground. Like, you watched that video. He looked away. He kind of looked again. Then he turned around and kind of kept celebrating. I'm sorry. That bothered me. But what bothered me even more was seeing that. And then not too long later, when the cameras came back around Jalen Smith and he's sitting there because our asses are getting handed to us, that same guy that was joking and smiling, the same guy that came off the plane into Chicago with that big-ass fancy fur coat that he got because he just got paid, that same guy did not want the cameras in his face. That same guy went, I had to control myself because you guys know I was live on stream, but that moment pissed me off so much. I'm still bothered to my soul. What kind of bullshit is that? You don't get to have your cake and eat it too. It's the Jerry Jones mentality. Like we said, everyone gets a piece of this pie, right? Jerry Jones and the organization and the culture, the culture that we breed that just allows people to get away with things, right? We
Antoine
don't care.
Woods.
Just say exactly the coaches that, again, continue to support this culture to keep putting players that clearly shouldn't be playing, like Jason Witten, because that's his guy, that's his buddy, that's his pal. Jason Witten shouldn't be on the field. He shouldn't be in the booth. I don't know where he should be, but where he's at right now is our starting tight end is not it, right? Again, the players, oh my God, the players. The players are a joke because they're not even taking their own motivation, their own anything. Like you guys said, they're showing up and collecting a paycheck. And all of us have days where, maybe we don't want to work. Maybe we take a paycheck. It's one thing for them to have a bad practice, right? Heck, even a bad game. You understand, we're all human. Like, these guys gave up in like week 1, it feels like. I don't know what to say. It's ridiculous. And again, to me, the cherry on top is that it all comes back to what Jerry Jones does and allows. But again, we can't do anything about the owner of this team. But the fact that he's still the general manager of this team, and then again, he wants all the glory when we're doing well. But the second that we're 6-7, and everyone, including this, feels like his own son, Stephen Jones, is sitting here saying, do something about the coaching issue, not just the coaching issue, all of the coaching issues. Like you guys said, at this point, you can get everybody out of there. And the only person I would miss is maybe John Kitna. Because John Kitna is the only one who's shown clear and visible results. You can say what you want about Dak, but he hurt his hand. He played half that game with a hurt hand, looking like crap. Before that injury, he was doing all right. We're playing with a hurt top wide receiver. Again, Amari Cooper is pushing through crazy injuries every single week and still going out there and producing. His inconsistencies, I feel like, not only come from those injuries, but also our offensive scheme that forgot it had a star running back, I guess. I mean, again, our offensive line, you can say that we're the best. I guess there might be stats out there proving we're the best. And honestly, I doubt the validity of those. We had a Giants fan in our chat saying that, no, you guys are still ranked like first and second. I'm like, since when? Because that offensive line absolutely should not be ranked anywhere near the top. So it is, like I said, from the top down. Jason Garrett keeps doing something that does not work. Brett Maher still has a fucking job. Okay? I mean, if that doesn't show you the fact that this team thinks that they can just keep showing up every day and doing the same thing and not changing at all, it's ridiculous. But to me, that Jalen Smith thing still, like, that weighs heavy on my soul as a Cowboy fan. I feel disrespected by Jalen Smith for what he did to us, for making us look like dumbasses. You don't get to sit there and get all the good stuff and all the glory, and then when you crap the bed, you don't take the responsibility then either.
Well, everything you've been saying, and first of all, you guys covered pretty much all the players and the coaches, and covered everything. I'm going to throw a little here and there about these guys, some of these coaches, and the players as well. But I'm hearing a lot of let's blow up this team, kind of situation. I don't know if I am down with that. Now, of course, some of the main players, I know DJ's on his videos and his channel, guys, subscribe to DJ Crown J's Fifth Quarter Cowboys. But he was talking about, how, Tank, we got to keep, we just signed him. He's going to be on the team. There's, we like it or not, he's on the team. And again, going by certain stats, and I know I might get a little blowback from this, but he is one of the top defense, down linemen, defensive ends in the NFL. When you look at the pass rush, you look at the hits on the quarterback, you look at the pressures, disruptions, and run stops. That's where the stats are comparable to Khalil Mack. I would say, comparable to Khalil Mack, like DCFN said. So I'm not going to go. So I think the players, and again, everything you're saying, a big thing about that is accountability. I've been hearing that in kind of all your guys and fiance's words. Accountability is not there. People are quitting. Where do you think this is coming from? And yes, Jerry Jones it's coming from Jerry Jones, that whole mindset of like, let's just keep coasting, because you know what? They might be collecting paychecks, but Jerry Jones is getting richer every day. So they're all getting rich on our money, on our dollar. And so, you want to send a message personally, like we said, they don't get rid of Garrett, and that's where it starts. And then we're going to kind of have a little boycott, and we have gear for years. We wear it, we have it, we can rock it for a whole year if we have to, until Jerry Jones gets the message, even from a little drop in a bucket kind of situation. But the reason it is on Garrett, and I know, we say it's the players, and we say it's the front office, and it is both of these things as well. But Garrett is not coming to these games prepared. He's not preparing the team to rebound, to get back on track. He does not. The team is not buying into it anymore. And to me, when it comes to coaching, we say, well, Jerry Jones is holding him back. Well, Jerry Jones is giving him a boatload of damn good, talented players, and maybe it's they're overrated. Let's just say they all, generally speaking, we're overrated this year. Obviously, we way overrated based on the standings. But But my point is that let's just say they're a little overrated, but because we've seen some greatness out of some of these players that we all are talking about here tonight. So we know they have the possibilities. We know they have the talent. And even if Zeke's lost a step because he's been beat up the last 3 years, even if Tank is not putting up the big sack numbers, Jalen Smith is still making mistakes, which is definitely a big issue. I'm not denying any of that. Jason Garrett is making the calls. When I'm saying the calls, he's the guy that has the pulse of the team throughout the game, in game. Jerry Jones is not calling down saying, call this play, do this play. It is being done by Garrett's watch. Yeah, Kellen Moore be calling the play. That's under, what the fuck is a head coach supposed to do? A head coach is supposed to say, okay, listen, here's where I step in to fix this. Or here's where I step in to change shit up and maybe make us more conservative. And then we go away from what was going on, which we think has happened. But also, if it is on Kellen Moore and he hasn't stepped in, then it is on Garrett. If he has stepped in, he hasn't done enough. So either way you look at it, no matter how you slice it, when it comes to the offense especially, Dax has his issues, whatever. I don't want his excuses. From the coaching ranks is where it's trickling down from to the OCs and the DCs,
I can't
and
believe I didn't even mention
to the
special
players.
teams.
Yeah, I mean, and again, forget about special teams is a disaster, and he's still got a job. The head coach, I mean, the head coach, our head coach, Jason Garrett, is allowing Keith O'Quinn, special teams coach, to still be here when he admitted there's a very bad communication between them. Like they don't have communication between head coach, and special teams coach. I mean, that's cost us games, whether it's the kicker, the punter, coverage. It's cost us games this season. So when the head coach allows that and it's not real accountability, what the fuck do you think the players are going to do? Same shit. What do you think some of these coordinators are going to do? Whether it is Marinelli, who looks like he should motherfucking retire, and he is the main problem over Richard. I will continue to say that Richard made some of that talent in Seattle, as well as hitting a great situation there in Seattle. So definitely Richard needs to get better. I mean, Richard to me is a big disappointment. One of the biggest disappointments this season has been Richard. But being a front and center in these media stuff, that's just smoke, guys.
Yeah, some of the problems our defense has been having have been here for a long time.
Oh yeah, before Richard. With Marinelli, we've been having turnover issues. We haven't been able to break Torres. It's not the players. It's not the coaches. I mean, it's not the players, and it's not like the Richard coach and those guys, as much as it is, I believe, the scheme we're running with Marinelli. That is the root cause of everything else that trickles down from that. So when you have a breakdown there, Richard's scheme is not going to fit in with Marinelli's scheme as well. You don't have any pressure on the quarterback in the front four not getting it, which is Marinelli's fucking job. Richard is playing press coverage with guys that he never had a hand in drafting. Yeah, he wanted Thornhill, didn't get Thornhill. You see him balling out over there. I'm just saying the quality of players he wanted, he's gotten Donovan Wilson, and he hasn't even hit the field. And whether or not he can develop it, I don't know. But he's a 6th round pick. I mean, Xavier Woods out there playing, and he's not playing that great this season. Another disappointment in my mind, Xavier Woods. But nonetheless, again, it trickles down from the top. When you don't have the front four, then you don't have the coverage not going to last as long. The way it's pressed,
especially the way that Marinelli specifically runs his.
He refuses to blitz. So when you have these things, and again, I've said this before. DJ said that some people want Richard to have the head coach job. I don't. What I'm saying is you can't do worse than Garrett right now. So if you fire Garrett tomorrow, which by the way I'm going to say right now, it's not going to happen. He's staying the rest of his contract, and then he won't be re-signed. And that's pretty much a done deal. But let's say they were to fire him today, Jason Garrett. I would fucking throw in Chris Richard for his job, not head coach job, but throw him in as a head coach. See what he does with the team. See if you can wake him up a little bit, and then if we get into playoffs, see what happens. Nothing to fucking lose because we're gonna lose with Jason Garrett. So to me, throw him in there. He fails, cut him. Cut him with the rest of the coaches. You got to keep a couple, I believe. It depends on who he hires a head coach and all that. We'll talk about that later. But I believe that. You give Richard a chance to see what he does as a head coach, and then you demote him. Let's say if he does well and leads the team, and we got a little fire back, maybe you promote him to or demote him to defensive coordinator next year, and you retire Marinelli's old ass. Just saying, you put him on the hot seat. You put Richard on the hot seat for his job, and as it should be already. But again, to me, like Kellen Moore with Garrett, and like Marinelli with Richard, those are the root problems on both sides of the ball, and the non-accountability from Garrett as a team, to special teams, to Brett Maher, who they keep giving excuses for. This is all the symptom of all this bad play. And again, a lot of it's on the players. Some of these guys don't turn their fucking heads. I mean, I don't know if Richard can even help that. Maybe Richard, if it was up to him, he said, cut them all and let me draft my own guys. I don't know. But what I'm just saying is that to me, it just seems like Awuzie and Byron Jones, these guys are probably not going to be worth the money that they're going to be asking for. And listen, as far as I'm concerned, new coach, I don't know about a whole fresh new start, because I do think we have some players we have to kind of roll with the next couple of years, whether it's because of contract or because of expected contracts, unless they plan to sign a quarterback or draft a quarterback in the first round. You're going to go with that. You're going to go with these guys. You just got to bring in the right coaching and take the talent level we have on this team. And we know we've seen the talent level on the potential on this team. It is not being, we've all said this from the beginning of the year. If we are at this point of the season, we are fucking 6-7. We didn't think we'd be even this close to this bad. But this would be, no matter what happens on that field, it's on coaching. We've all said it. All four of us have said it. All four channels have said it. All five of us said this, that with this talent and the talent that analysts said this, head coach said it, the coaching staff said it, the scouting staff said it, Will McClay said it, Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, everybody said it. And again, NFL analysts, they've all said how great our talent is on paper. And we can't get it going on the field. That is 100% on coaching. And it's hard for me to judge and criticize. So you guys did a great job, though, breaking down all the players. So I'm not going to get into that. Great job on the criticism of all these players. But in the end, you have to move. You have to make a move on this situation. It's got to be done, no later than the end of the season, whenever that is.
And by the way, I have to add one thing. We crap on Jeff Heath a lot for his talent, But one thing I will never say is that Jeff Heath isn't one of like 3 Cowboy players that is actually giving a real effort. This man is giving his whole physical, literal body every single week. He went back out there and played just special teams with 2 busted up hurt shoulders. Like Jeff Heath is one of the few guys.
That wasn't this week. It was, a couple weeks back.
I know, it was last week or the week before, but now he's out because he has 2 really hurt shoulders. The point is that Jeff Heath's one of the few players that's literally put his everything on the line. The problem is that it's not enough. We knew it wasn't enough, but we did something about it way too late. We tried to do something about it in the bye week instead of in the preseason when we could have done something else about it. But that's, again, goes back into all the other issues.
Yeah.
If I could ask you guys a question real quick.
Okay.
I know you touched it on already. 1980. Jerry Jones getting pissed off because 103 The Fan asked, "Are you embarrassed as a GM? Are you embarrassed as an organization?" Jerry Jones got pissed. Why can't the local Dallas media ask those type of questions? I am tired. Jerry, the way Jerry was pissed on that radio, he should have been pissed weeks ago. If I was in the media and I had media credentials, which it's not hard to do, hell, you might see me in there with some media credentials asking questions. My question I would have asked 3 weeks ago was, what has Jason Garrett won you in the last 10 years to make him qualified to stay on this team for the end of the season? That would be my question.
Me being here, I'm glad you brought that up because that was something I made a video about that. I talked about it yesterday and I talked about it earlier today. The local radio stations, I'm just gonna be frank. They kiss his ass because when he comes on, if he comes on or any of the coaches, he has his own show. Like every Tuesday, it's the Jerry Jones Show on 105.3 The Fan. Monday is Jason Garrett. And when those guys come on, their ratings go up. So that they kiss his ass. They'll talk crap about him. They real two-faces on the radio station. They'll talk much crap about Jerry. Oh, Jerry this, Jerry that, Jerry that. Man, y'all should see or hear. I don't. Maybe y'all can go online and maybe listen in. I don't know. But when Jerry gets on, they treat him like royalty. And I'm like, wait a minute. Just a day ago, you was calling them names and all that stuff and talking about this team is trash and we need to make a change and it's Jerry Jones' fault. But as soon as they get him on, because their ratings go up, that's their money maker. He makes them money. You get what I'm saying? So you're not going to really get a straight answer from the guys on the radio station. But what I will say to that is, and what I said earlier, how you going to get mad, meaning Jerry Jones, how you going to get mad at them, the radio station, being fans of your team and wanting, just like every other Cowboy fan wants, results, positive results, playoff wins, Super Bowls, something. How you going to get mad at them? They're supporting you. They're part of your support for being mad, for being upset about the season. How you going to get mad at them? How you going to get mad at me being mad? You get what I'm saying? I mean, it don't make sense. Like, and then how you going to get mad? You created all of this. Like I used the analogy earlier today. Like, your parents tell you to clean up your room. And, your room is a mess. And you say, I'll do it tomorrow. And then, they tell you again, clean that room up or you're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to take your car keys away from you, whatever. Take your video games away from you. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Leave me alone. So tomorrow comes and the room is still jacked up. And you upset. Now you mad. But how you mad? Because you created this mess. You created this jacked up room. So you don't have the right to get mad at somebody that's supporting you and wanting what's best for this team, because you don't know. Billion Dollar Jerry doesn't know how to know what's best for this team after all this time. That's why he got pissed off and cursed, because somebody, I guess he felt that was beneath him. You see what I'm saying? It's that billionaire, millionaire mentality. They think they shit don't ever stink. You get what I'm saying? So he's in his mind, he's like, oh, who are you to be mad? You don't have as much money as I do. I own the Dallas Cowboys. You can't talk to me like that. Nah, motherfucker, I can talk to you like that because we've been supporting you for your existence. And this team has been trash for 25 years. And we've been supporting you. Put that on the radio. Boy, I wish I would have been on there. I don't give a damn if I worked for one. I would have got fired that day because my love for that football team is more than a damn radio station, more than a damn radio show. You get what I'm saying? He want that limelight. Just like my Cowboys family just said, when everything's going good, oh, I did, Jimmy was like, whoa, no, motherfucker, I went and got them guys. I got an eye for talent. I drafted these guys. I was responsible for the Herschel Walker trade. You know what I'm saying? You might have wrote some checks here and there, but that's about it. You don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So now that the shit has hit the fan, like literally hit the fan, the propellers going by and shit flying everywhere. Now the ball is in his court and people looking at you like, okay, now what you gonna do? Because DFW, the Metroplex, is pissed. Everybody's pissed. And everybody that I talk to, men, women, teenagers, don't matter, are saying the same damn thing. The majority rules. It's your fault. And I hope to God, I wish if he was sitting right here, I'd tell his ass, say, man, this is your fault, dog. This is your mess up. You created all of this. So why are you mad? You can't get mad, dog. You did it. What you mad for? There's no reason why you should be mad. You should be like, God damn, look what I did. I can't believe this shit. But he can't do that because remember, his shit don't stink. Because I got a yacht, I got this stadium, I own the Dallas Cowboys, I'm this, I'm that. Look what you did, man. Everybody that's supporting you, tried to, we thought we were gonna win this against the Bears. We should have won that game. We didn't win because the personnel we got in there, the players, everybody has underachieved in every way that you can imagine. I sat back. There was one play that Chicago Bears ran, and Mitch, I think it was a play action, and I don't know if it was a play action or not, but anyway, he stepped up in the pocket, and nobody got to him. He stepped out of the pocket and rolled out, and stopped. Mind you, the play is still going on. Still, no blue jerseys around, nowhere in his vicinity, nowhere. And he's like, oh shit. Oh, I might as well run. He had that much time to stop 2-3 times. And I'm like, if that's the case, why are they even out there? I mean, you wasting your own time. Get your ass on the sideline, man. Ain't none of y'all what that is. So, Dallas Cowboy Football News asked a brilliant question earlier. What would you do if you was a head coach? I wouldn't be mad if he came in there and cleaned house. I'm serious. I wouldn't be mad if we just started from scratch. I mean, we still got a couple of decent players on offense that, I still think Dak is okay. Mark Cooper, he's been playing hurt. The offensive line, probably they need to go ahead and start building on that. But it's just so much work. I don't even know this team anymore. I don't even know where to begin. That's why I couldn't really answer his question, because where do you begin? Anybody tell me, where do you begin? Shit, where do you begin? I really want to know. I'm really interested.
That's my question. Where do you begin if you're a head coach coming in here with 22 free agents? And your quarterback ain't signed, your number one wide receiver isn't signed. You got massive amounts of holes on defense that you got to fill in. Cowboys aren't big in free agency. Fifth quarter Cowboys, where would you begin?
As a new head coach, 1980 always said, defense wins Super Bowls. We ranked in the gutter in defense. Takeaways, trash. I mean, last year the Bills quarterback literally stood in the pocket and froze and waited till his tight end got open. He stood there. If you watch it, like a glitch, like a game glitch, because he just stood there. In my opinion, you start on defense. You have a running back who's capable of having, a burst here and there. You got a young, big, strong quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line ain't what they used to be, but they can get the job done sometimes. Lyle Collins, big props to him, man, because much crap we used to give him last year for all them holding calls and letting that dude has played better than Tyron Smith this year. He's played better than Tyron Smith this year. Zach Martin got to pick it up. I think Zach Martin, he might need to lose a couple pounds because he got beat so much this year. Travis Fred, you can't really say nothing to him. He coming back. So, and Coop, I don't think it's gonna take much to get him signed. You ain't got to worry about Gallup yet, I don't think. You have to start on defense, dude. That's the problem. These teams are scoring way too many points on us. We got this 2 weeks in a row. A quarterback, a basic quarterback, has ran a touchdown on us. The Bills quarterback ran one, and I heard Trubisky ran one. I ain't see it, but I heard he ran one. I mean, Sam Darnold beat us, for God's sake. Our cornerbacks can't get no turnovers, but they can't get no turnovers at all. You would think a cornerback could be a lot better in the red zone because of the small amount of area you in. It should be easy to contain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know much about the defensive side because I'm an offensive guy, but I'm pretty sure it should be a lot easier right there. But that would Byron Jones get the most touchdowns scored on him at right in that little corner every damn time. Right in that little corner, he always get a touchdown scored on him. I mean, I just never understand it. So in my opinion, you got to look at your defense and just be like, these guys suck. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's already signed. Everybody else on that front line can go. They all suck. They suck. Antoine, man, they got to go. I will tell Sean Lee, you're done. Van Der Esch, I don't know what's going on with you. Do you need surgery? What's happening? Because you're just trying to naturally let it heal, and then you get back into bang plays next year. Will you re-aggravate and have to be out more games? It seems like it's going to be a career thing for you. It was a career thing for you all the way through college. That's why you wore the neck protected end. You have to start on defense. Teams are scoring way too. You let Sam Darnold and Mitchell Trubisky beat you convincingly. They was like on their 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 yard line, and Sam Darnold threw a bomb touchdown, and Cheeto got burnt. You have to start there. Cheeto Bell-Wooze, you don't want to cut him? Cool. He shouldn't be a starter. You need a good Byron Jones, let him go. He's going to want to get paid. Let him go get paid somewhere. In my opinion, you start on defense. You have to. Everything else is just like, everything else is fixable. It's fixable. You know what I'm saying? If you're a real head coach, you got to tell the hard truth to these guys. That, and just my opinion, and I agree with Fiance. I like John Kitna, man. He really worked with Dak. And one thing I want to say before I stop about the Jalen Smith thing, I did see we losing. He still want to do his little swipe thing. You see how stupid this team is? They are so dumb. Look what he wore to the game. I thought I was watching fucking Coming to America for a minute with that shit around his damn. What is that?
That was funny.
This team, they too flashy. You saw last week Zeke put up in a white Phantom with the blue interior with the matching blue suit and lost. He did that and lost. Jerry Jones ain't won in 25 or however many years and won about a big ass job. Boy, you know some boy. I wish some of these Super Bowl NFL owners, boy. I just wish we had. I mean, goddamn, Jerry. I mean, it just makes no sense. That's what they preach. That's what they preach. They don't preach winning. They preach business. Hey, fellas, we had the most watched game versus the Patriots in NFL history, or in the last 20, 30 years, and we lost. It's okay though, man. Everybody got paid. I made a lot of money. We did our thing. And this one game that I will always break me down. Thanksgiving, Phillip Rivers. He ate, what was it, almost 500 yards?
Oh
my God.
Embarrassing.
Phillip Rivers ate us alive. He ate us alive on Thanksgiving 2 years ago. And Jerry Jones rushed to the locker room to tell those guys, oh, it's okay, go home and enjoy your family. Man, they're going to enjoy their family anyway. They rich. You just letting them know that losing is okay. That's what you was telling them. It makes no sense, man. And when we lost that game, Tank pretty much got on the mic and said the same thing. Oh, well, y'all here talking to me about it. We lost the game. Go home, enjoy y'all family. I'm like, look at this. This is the mentality we want to instill in these guys' head. Zeke said, you ain't always gonna go 12-4. You ain't always gonna go 13-3. You ain't always gonna go 10-6. Yeah, you're right. I'm glad you left the losing seasons out. Did you see the type of talk? Why is you even saying that type of stuff? Who says that? Who says you're not gonna always go this? It's not about always going 13-3 and these many numbers. Hell, the Giants went 9-7 and won a Super Bowl, I think it was. It's not about that, man. It's about the talent on this team, and it's not translating to the field, and y'all just accepting that to getting up there and giving the same damn robotic speeches every damn week. Every week y'all say, we know the type of guys we got in that locker room. We know what we're capable of. We're going to go watch film and get better. And every week it gets worse. Fuck the film. Stop watching it. Shut the damn star down. Put locks on the damn doors. Take their ass to a Texas high school on real grass with potholes on the damn field, and you got to know where the hell to step at because you might twist your goddamn ankle. Don't give them no water. Don't give them no nothing. Take that damn nothing. Don't give them nothing. Let them practice full padded 3 a days. Take it back to high school. End up practicing on the AC with their damn shorts and helmet on after we lost a goddamn game. I'm so sick of that shit. I'm so tired of it. Jerry Jones is the ringleader of this shit. He's a more bigger problem than Jason Garrett because he let this shit go on. He let this shit go on, man. I heard the Panthers fired their coach. I heard they fired their.
He's been to a Super Bowl,
right? With a rookie quarterback at the time. For me, it's not about firing Jason Garrett right now and changing the team around. It's just about getting him the fuck out of here and giving us hope, making us feel good, making loyal fans that spend money and keep the star running feel good, making those people that sit in those stands, buy those preseason tickets, for the whole damn season, sit in front of their TV, doing these damn round tables. It's to make all of us feel good. Because even if you fire him, he's still gonna get paid. Hell, the way this team playing, Jerry Jones can sit his ass down there and put their headset on and coach because shit, we probably gonna lose. That's why I did that video last week saying when everybody was like, "Oh, we still in." Okay, I understand that, but are you sure we can beat Wentz? We couldn't beat Sam Darnold. We couldn't beat Trubisky. Can we beat Wentz? I don't know. Not at this point. 3 games in, I thought we could, but now I realize we were playing trash ass teams, and when we play good teams, we see the capability of these guys. It makes no goddamn sense to me, man. It's about who wants it more. The Bills dog walked us. They dog walked us, man. They dog walked us. Mike Tyson is a 50-time better fighter than Buster Douglas, but Buster Douglas knocked his ass out. Gave him his first L. He wasn't never the same after that. Mike Tyson was knocking folks out in the first round. Folks were spending $5,000, $10,000 to sit front row to see a 30-second fight. They be mad as hell. He ran to Buster Douglas and got his ass knocked out. It's about who wants it more. And when those guys come to the star or we go to them, it's their mission. Let's beat the Cowboys. We got to beat America's team. We ain't won shit in so many years, and we still got that damn tag, And even the players think that way. We got to beat the Cowboys. When you beat the Cowboys, it's like winning the damn Super Bowl. They be celebrating like a son of a bitch. Le'Veon Bell, when they beat us in the Jets, he was on Twitter all night. I ain't seen him since. I ain't seen him on Twitter since they beat the Cowboys. This team has no will. They think their name is going to carry them. Tank think the hot boy, he think that name means something. That name doesn't mean nothing. It's just a dumbass name, man. It means nothing. It pisses me off, man. You know why people hate Floyd Mayweather? Because he talks shit, but he back it up. The money team is a real thing. I don't like him. But not because I just don't like his attitude. I think he's a piece of shit. I just don't like his damn attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and plus he hit on women. So, but anyway, that's off topic. What I'm saying is the mentality in that damn locker room is not winning. It's about getting Instagram followers and doing just okay enough for to be able to sit down and talk to Jerry Jones about contract negotiation. Soon as Antoine Woods became a part of the Hot Boys, we start hearing him talking about he want a new contract. Are you fucking kidding me, fat boy? Your fat ass need to go lose some damn weight before you do anything. You and Malik Collins. I hope both of y'all be gone. This goddamn organization make me so damn sick right now. It's so disgusting. And every time you can't help yourself. If you're in a store, you see anything with that star on it, you want to grab it. It don't matter. Anytime. It can be a keychain, draws. It can be anything you want to grab because that's how much you love this damn organization, especially if you were around in the good days.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it's just so frustrating, man. Like, I get so sick of this same shit year after year after year, and to see Garrett still over there ruining every piece of good talent we fucking had. I don't care what nobody say. I talk about this all the time. I say it again. 2014 was that goddamn year. 2014 was that goddamn year. Hell, 2016 could have been it too. But Garrett can never cut it when all the chips are on the goddamn table. He didn't win that playoff game against Seattle. Dak Prescott won that fucking game. Last year, Dak won that goddamn game. It wasn't Jason Garrett. I say it's not about him getting fired now. And I'm thinking it's going to change the landscape of this damn team. It's about just getting him the fuck out the way so people can feel better when the Cowboys finish off this horrendous ass season. I just don't want to see that son of a bitch. I don't want to see his face. He should go now. That's how you make a statement to us, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to be happy when he go, but season's going to be over. We're not going to give a shit.
Right.
We got to wait 8 months just to see a new coach on that sideline. We're going to be like little kids. We're going to be on Twitter and YouTube looking for every video just to see a new coach even talking to the players. We're going to be so damn happy. That's how long it been. That's how long it been. It's like a cat doing 30 years in prison, getting out and getting his first piece of nookie. He don't care if he look like Faison Love. He just want to feel it. Man, look. 300
Hot bucket.
Watching, man. Subscribe to my channel so I can get to 1,000 subscribers, man. I'm done.
My Cowboys family, you're a head coach coming in. What would you fix?
We're coming. What's up?
So the first thing I'm gonna do is fix myself a drink.
Yeah.
No. I mean, well, I guess I'll let you go first.
All right, that's cool. I think again, obviously coaching, right? You were mentioning coaching since you're taking over. And what would you do as a head coach coming in? I think it's important to pick the right coordinators. I truly do. I think coordinators are a big deal. In the sense of, okay, you talked about Ron Rivera, right? I mean, if somehow he doesn't get a head coaching job, which I'm sure he will, if you get him as a defensive coordinator, you clean house. You go with someone like that, a solid guy there. Now, listen, I think that the better coordinators you get, the better, whatever guys we keep or let go or bring in or new guys that come, whatever the way we make our 53 next season, there'll be a new head coach there. And that head coach is going to have to lead these men, right? But I think that the coordinators are going to be big in this because they're going to be able to utilize the talent, and they have to be smart. They have to be, know their team. They got to know their players,
and then work well together.
Exactly. I think that's the key. Because I think we have a lot of talent on this team still, even though they've had bad years. You can say the whole. I think the mentality, like you guys have been saying this, the mentality from Jason Garrett. We've been saying it. Listen, first and foremost, I've said from the beginning, first videos we've ever put out, many roundtables ago as well, that Jerry Jones is the foundational problem to this team. It's never going to change. I've said that multiple times, and I'm going to say it again. That mindset's not going to change from Jerry Jones. He's done it from the beginning. He's had Jimmy Johnson, who he brought in as a puppet. It was his buddy from Arkansas, his teammate that was doing great in college football, coaching the Hurricanes. And he brought in his buddy to be a puppet for Jerry Jones to take the credit. And of course, when those things clashed, went from 1-15 to back-to-back Super Bowl champions and fired because of Jerry Jones' ego. And so my point is that ever since then, and we had Switzer as a puppet, and we had Changaley a puppet, Campo a puppet, and then yes, Parcells was the only real coach because he was at his wits' end. Jerry Jones of the losing. I'm hoping that Jerry Jones is at his wits' end and gets a real coach in there. That's the first step. Now, will he have to play the games like Bill Parcells did? Yes, he will. Because after Bill Parcells, we had Wade Phillips, Marshmallow, training camp, and all that shit. And then we have, of course, the carrot, Jason Garrett. So now if this is wits' end and his deathbed kind of thought here for Jerry Jones, I'm hoping with a little input from other guys, he will hopefully bring in a realer coach to kind of to lead the team. But then when you have the coordinators, whether you go with Kellen Moore and you bring him an assistant or something like this, or you go another route, or in a defensive coordinator, whether you go with Chris Richard, which I don't agree with right now, or we go with a known coordinator. I'd rather have that his set of guys, and then I think they will take the talent that we already have in this team and utilize it to the best of its ability. We seem to never play to our strengths. These coaches seem to want to challenge the players to play to their weaknesses. Why? We play when we play against other teams. We play sometimes into their strengths and away from their weaknesses. It baffles me. This is a mindset. It's from the head coach down. And I think that's why when you get a replacement head coach as a new head coach, I would start before the defense and the offense and the special teams. I would make my moves on that coordinator side of things, special teams, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and down, and get that stuff settled in because this team we know has the talent. So that's my 2 cents on it, baby. What do you think?
I mean, obviously, I don't disagree with that, but I guess to look at it on the other side, all right, we're going to change, our coaching personnel, but what players or what position would be my first look, my most immediate, urgency? And honestly, right now, I can't make up my mind between the O-line and the D-line. But I think either way, both front lines need a lot of work. I'm sure with scheme changes, we can make the best out of what we have. But honestly, guys, let's be real. Our offensive line is hurting in a big way. All of our most valuable players are either where they're at or slightly on the decline, which is sad to say because, again, Travis Frederick has not looked as good as he did before the Guillain-Barré syndrome. I feel like Tyron Smith, I love him. He's extremely consistent. He's still one of the best offensive linemen in the league. But I still feel like I'm always like a day away from waiting to hear the horrible news that something's happened with him. Connor Williams, again, with the knee issues, with the inconsistencies, with everything else going on. Now we have Zach Martin starting to have chronic issues. Lyle Collins just got signed. Now he's getting hurt. So for me, number one, making sure these guys get healthy, making sure that we put them in a scheme that helps, and obviously changing up or adding to the personnel, maybe making a bigger move to add on to the O-line during the offseason, draft, whatever. D-line, same thing. I think they could just really use a big scheme change up again. I feel like we do have some talent here.
How about 3-4?
I would make a move.
How about 3-4?
I would love to make a move for Quinn and Bennett both, but if we only had to keep one, I would actually prioritize Quinn over Bennett because of what Quinn does specifically, even though Bennett has that dog mentality, that winning mentality, and does a whole bunch of things for us on our D-line. I think that with Tank and Quinn as like the front runners, you can build and help out in the middle. And again, that's where I would see free agency, draft, something here. But I think a scheme change is what's really going to change it up. Again, if you see more blitzes, if we move away from that boring-ass Tampa 2, if we actually start to scheme, again, I think with our linebackers that we have right now, again,
we hope they're okay for next year.
Kind of with DJ, like you put them back on the field to give them a swift kick in the ass and remind them what real football should be. I don't know who handles this, by the way, or whose job it is, but I would specifically run some kind of defensive camp for fundamentals. Yeah. Like everyone's going to do tackling. The same way we have, I know it sounds dumb in our little kids coaching thing, we have everybody pulling flags all the time. Like at this point, heck, the offense is going to learn to tackle because when there's a turnover, they're going to need to learn how to stop.
Remember, but these are fundamental things that players should learn in Pee Wee football.
But because of the fact that specifically this team needs an attitude shakeup. You know what I mean? I would force them to do something like this to remind them that if you cannot get the basics of football right, we're not going anywhere. And then obviously, this is a combination with all the coaching personnel changes. But to me, that's the big one. One low-key piece of coaching that I wouldn't want to see change too much. I think that our strength and conditioning coaches have done a better job. We see injuries every year. We see players getting hurt. But I think we've definitely made an improvement this year and last year. Last year was a great year. But these last 2 years, we've overall had less injuries. Again, big picture. Obviously, we still have some players hurt and stuff like that, but it's
some players maybe rushed back.
To me, I feel like that's more of the issue there. But again, huge difference to 2017, so I wouldn't make any changes there. And then everyone's gone on special teams except for LP Little. He'll be here till he's 70. Everyone else can go.
Cut Maher and Chris Jones.
Thank you. Somebody said cut Chris Jones. I didn't mean to cut you off, but thank you. Get him out of here.
The man crazy, honey. I don't know. I think that concludes it. I think everybody got a lot off their chest. Next week, we got the LA Rams coming in. And Cowboys got to win it. And, I mean, damn. It sucks. Like I've been reading the chat all night. No one, expected the season to be where it's at. And, it seems just like Garrett lost any amount of motivation, enthusiasm, optimism, execution from these players. And I mean, they're going to tell you that, we're still fighting for Garrett, but there's already reports coming out that the defense, there's tension on the defense side of the ball, and I mean, you can't go in, try to win out the season, go 9-7 if the players ain't even syncing with each other. There's tension there in that locker room. It's probably already split, Garrett guys and non-Garrett guys. And I don't know. This team has a lot to work on, and I feel sorry for the next head coach. But whoever it is, our first season might not be as good, but hell, I'm ready for that second one.
Yeah. Well, I guess, like you say, man, that does conclude it. Losing really opens a lot of doors for negativity. You can really see and point out things that you really, really need to work on. And to me, we've been losing all season. Beating teams under 500 really isn't winning. So that's why I say we've been losing all season because we haven't beat a team over 500. So when you lose like that, it puts everything on blast. It puts everything out there. You're exposed. It shows you everything. It shows just like a test. It shows you all the answers to that test. And once you figure out those answers, oh, this is easy. Oh, that's what other teams do. They're like, oh man, when you play the Cowboys, all you gotta do is this, and this. Oh, you can beat them. So everything is so predictable with this team. It's money first, win second, and you don't win Super Bowls like that. So, with that being said, I mean, that's pretty much all I got. I know that. Anybody got anything else before we get up out of here?
Closing statements, I guess. MCF, you want to go first tonight?
Sure. We're down.
Look, I guess technically speaking, there is hope. There's still a chance. All we need is a chance. But even I'm not dumb enough to think that we're anything like the 9-7 Giants, because the key that held them together was their defense. And right now, everything is falling apart on our team. We are failing upwards. It's like we're fighting with the Eagles.
Backwards,
No, it's just, again, you take the division. No, you take the division. No, I insist you take it.
Exactly.
I feel disgusted and grossed out, but
NFC
I am a Dallas
least.
Cowboy fan, and apparently I like the torture and the misery. So here we are, cheering for our Cowboys every day, still going to watch, still going to yell at my TV, and somehow still going to sit here and say, but you know what? If we make the playoffs, and you can still maybe. And I still feel like an idiot, and I still believe it. Just give us a chance. Give me a chance.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, closing statement. The Cowboys, there's no confidence in me. I'm being real now, and I'm being 100% honest. There's no – thank you, Deion Sanders. He's just subbed up. Much love. But no, I see no – to me, there's no honest – there's no confidence from me in that this team with Jason Garrett as head coach and the way these players, to me, have already kind of stopped playing for him. Because of that, I think that there's really, even if we get into the playoffs and back end, even Jerry Jones made a statement in his interview after the game on Thursday night, that he would not be satisfied. I mean, he'd be happy. Of course, they asked him basically, would you be happy getting the playoffs, even if it's with a 7-9 record or an 8-8 record? He said, if you ask me if you want to get to the playoffs, hell yeah, no matter what, you want to get to them. But he would usually hype that up a little bit more if he was going to try to, protect Garrett. And again, he didn't. He actually said, just because we get in, though, doesn't mean I'm satisfied. Doesn't mean I'm happy about, the probability of us going farther into the playoffs. So he knows what's happening, even Jerry Jones. So I'm hoping that at least that's starting up. And listen, I don't know what's going to happen next year. I don't know which coach is going to come in or what kind of schemes are going to change or what coordinator is going to get. I just think that a shakeup is needed, but we have to keep the core of the talent. I still think we have great talent on this team. A lot of these guys can go, and we know that we're going to go anyways. But there's some guys that are on the borderline, and some guys are definitely staying. But I think that we build off of the proven talent we have on this team. I think from there you can build towards something with the right coach, with the right staff, and they will take this talent and utilize it. So that's kind of the way I feel about it, guys. You know what we do on MCF, My Cowboys Family, each and every night. We go live, talk about our Dallas Cowboys, ins and outs, discussions with you guys, bringing updates, news, injury lists, whatever, everything, guys, about our Dallas Cowboys, discussions with the chat and everything every single night. So make
live
sure
game day reactions every week.
Yeah, that's been like 3 years already. We're into this, guys. So make sure you subscribe to us over there, My Cowboys Family. Keep growing the family. Keep growing the whole nation here, subbing up to all these great channels. Thank you for having us once again on the panel here, the great roundtable. The roundtable right here, guys, on 1980s channel right here on MCF, My Cowboys Family. Thank you guys for having us on, where it's always about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. That's what unites us here, guys, no matter what. Never forget the number one thing right here, My Cowboys Family. Go Cowboys! Let's go! I don't care. Let's go, guys. I'm still looking. I don't know when, but I'm still fucking I know we're getting 6-1 one day soon. I feel it. Jerry Jones is dying soon. Maybe that's how.
Oh my God!
Just throwing different shit out there.
Man.
Fifth quarter.
Yeah, the round table.
Oh! Be careful.
Y'all, I'm literally 18 subscribers away from that. Only 18. Closing statement. Give me 18 subscribers. You can't deny talent. It's about wanting. It's about having. Let me get this one example, y'all. And I ain't gonna talk y'all to this because I'm about it. We knew what the weather was gonna be. Garrett didn't feel no need to practice another way. He didn't feel no need to adjust. He didn't feel no need to. I mean, just nothing. Like he. Why you not having your quarterback practice? I mean, just any little thing, man. Like he doesn't know how to get a team ready for a big game. It's not in him. He's just not that guy. He'll Jason Garrett, the way he speaks, he would make a hell of a high school. Every goddamn player on that team parent to be behind his point Garrett. Garrett will give you a remember the Titan type of speech and go out there and lose 1,000-0. Be a hell of a speech, though. I think overall, I agree with MCF with the your coordinators. That's a big thing. But overall, whatever coach take this job, he has to be one that lets Jerry Jones know, like, I run this down here. You run everything overall, but sideline to sideline, I got this. I decide who plays and who don't. Like, until that changes, we ain't never gonna win nothing. I don't care who we bring in. I don't care what coach we bring in. I can't believe we're 6-7 with all that talent out there. Nobody's applying nothing. Everybody want to be fancy and fly. Everybody want a lot of Instagram followers. Everybody want to be just super this and super that. I mean, it makes no damn sense. It makes no damn sense. Like, why is Daniel Ross part of the Hot Boys? This shit is so stupid. It's like little kids out there, man. It's about getting their money, no accountability on or off the field. You got your players. If your players thought that this organization was headed for some big, and they really cared, they would not be smoking weed. Look at David Irving. Could have been one of the most talented defensive guys ever. Ever. There's no accountability, man. And it goes way back. There's no accountability, man. It's none. It's none. Dez Bryant, my favorite wide receiver that ever played on this team. My favorite. But they let him get away with way too much. At one point, Jerry Jones had somebody following him, but they stopped that. Dez just still showed up for me late. And there's just no accountability, man. Jerry Jones has stepped away from accounting fucking up was acceptable long as your play was good. That's why Michael Irvin them never really got in trouble, because they did worse or the worst. It's just one cameras back then. But when they put them pads on, they played ball. And that's just not a thing no more. I said in my video, Jerry Jones had something to prove back then. He borrowed buku of money to buy this team. He wanted to prove he could run an NFL team. And he did it with 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. And now, it's not about that. It's not about that for this organization no more. It's about Jerry Jones keeping us on the edge. What is he gonna do next? What is he gonna do next? Like, look, we've been on a losing streak, and this old fucker go get on the. I got a surprise Friday. What's your fucking surprise, man? What is your surprise? It makes no sense. He just like to keep us on the edge. He like to keep his hand in our wallet. And we just do it. We just go along and do it. This is supposed to be my closing statement. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm 18 subscribers away from 1,000. Third quarter Cowboys, man. Peace.
Appreciate you. Football news.
We're 6-7, guys. You got to put the bags of shame on your heads. Dallas Cowboy Football News on YouTube. Dallas Cowboy Football News on Facebook. DCF News 1 on Twitter. I'm also on the Frisco Report podcast with Cowboys blog. Having said that, if you're man enough to talk X's and O's, slide in my 6 and 7 DMs like a hoe.
That was Cowboy Football News, man. That's Hey guys, once again, another successful live stream. It's probably one of the best ones yet. Why do our best live streams are when we fucking losing? It's weird. I guess because we're telling the truth and all that stuff. But anyway, 5th quarter Cowboys. Make sure y'all subscribe to them if you haven't, man. Trying to get them to 1,000. Almost there. Almost there. Y'all saw what he brings to the table. So there's no mystery anymore. So you know who he is. You know what he's about. So realistic Cowboy fan. My Cowboys family, they go live streaming every night. Hardest working family in Cowboy Nation. Dallas Cowboy Football News with the radio voice and the knowledge as well. And the king of Madden. If y'all haven't subscribed to him, make sure you do.
Debatable.
He said debatable. Guys,
even I beat him.
Oh
my God.
What just happened?
Guys, closing statement. I want to bring up this in the comment section right quick. We'll put that on there. I don't know if this cat, whoever he is, I don't know if he's still listening or on the show in the comment section or whatever. But he says, I feel sorry for y'all. I hadn't witnessed 3 playoff games in 25 years. We know that. I'm glad you brought that up because that number 3 goes a long way for me because I was able to witness 3 Super Bowls. So I thank God that you brought that up. I really do. I was able to witness 3 Super Bowls. Should have been 4 or 5 if Jimmy would have stuck around. But I'm thankful to witness 3 Super Bowls. So I'm glad you brought that up. Then 2, if we're just such trash, why are you here? Wasting your own time. But anyway, enough of that, jabroni. 5th quarter Cowboys brought up Mike Tyson when he was ranting. And he said, Mike Tyson is one of the greatest boxers of all time, and his coaching, his trainers were the greatest. They molded him into being an absolute beast, a killer in the ring. That's why he first round knockouts. The Cowboys said it. You couldn't even enjoy a Mike Tyson fight back in the 80s, because it was over with in the first round. He had good coaches, good teachers, good trainers. When he fought Buster Douglas, he had a whole new staff behind him, whole new entourage.
Yep.
Whole new entourage around him.
Yep.
He didn't have that. That money got bigger, buying houses. His brand got bigger. His head got big. He's young, the youngest champion of all time. And his entourage changed. They all in his pocket. His crew, they changed. So he didn't have that same guidance, that killer instinct that he had going against Buster Douglas. That's why he lost that fight. That's why the mighty Mike Tyson, Kid Dynamite, the baddest man on the planet, lost that fight against Buster Douglas. And that's just an example on why guidance and coaching and training is very important in football. You got to have it. If you don't, you will fall. And we've been falling for a long time. We've been getting knocked out for a long time. So I'm glad he brought that up, because that's the perfect analogy. So if you don't understand, you do now. But guys, I'm glad we don't have football this weekend. Thank God we don't have a football game this Sunday. Give us a break from, heartache and pain. We got the Rams. And Miss Fiance hit on something too. Just if the Dallas Cowboys did sneak through the back door, and just say they win against LA, they win against the Eagles, and they win against the Redskins, just win out, go to the wild card or whatever. Just say we sneak through the back door. Guess who's waiting on us? Just take a wild guess. You got the 49ers, you got the Vikings, you got Seattle. You got teams that want to win, that are about winning first. And they're waiting. They're waiting to kick our asses. So now if we go, I'm gonna always support the Cowboys. I'm gonna always have their backs. We're gonna always have their backs. But we just got to be realistic too as well. But great live stream, guys. Thanks for everybody. I had over 300 people in here. Damn, that's like a game day. I appreciate it, man. It's late. Appreciate y'all taking time out of your night, your evening, whatever. Hey, great show, guys. I had the best, talking with the best. Cowboy Nation, Cowboy fans, we're one. We don't have to be separate and all that shit. Let's quit the gang mentality. Oh, watch my show. Oh, we're the real round. All that crap, man. Come on, dog. Because look what we're cheering for. See what I'm saying? So it don't get you nowhere. You get me? Regardless on who's watching who, regardless on who subscribed to who, the Dallas Cowboys are still losing. See what I'm saying? So make sure you think about that and keep your day job. Get what I'm saying? Because Cowboys are going to exist whether you're here or not. They're going to fuck up, they're going to win or whatever, whether you're here or not. It don't revolve around just one person. Everybody has opinion. Everybody has a voice. If you're passionate enough to get on here, cam up and do your thing, be my guest. I'm not going, hey, I'm going to support you the best way I can. But it is what it is, guys. Thanks for joining us. All we got, man. Make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up, because you never know what the day is going to bring you. Holla back. We out.
Peace.
Man.
Oh, I'll be son of a bitch. That was a hell of a long story. 2 hour stream when you brought us in here.
God damn, I didn't think it was going to be. Oh, shit, we still alive. I thought I closed out. Why is it not going away?
Well, we're not trolling, so. We keep it 100 here anyway. We don't talk about nobody. If we got something to say, we can say it on cameras. This man can't end a stream.